let's see, can you see this? Okay, we're gonna try to do something, and I'm gonna try to talk and cook at the same time. I can't promise you it's gonna work out well, but let's try this. All right, so here's what I wanted to do. Oh God, Justice. Well, I'm gonna keep this like this. Need a fork. All right, so I'm gonna make us, look, Ghostbusters. I'm gonna make us a healthier version of a banana chocolate chip walnut bread. And your girl does not follow directions really well, so I do them kind of on my own. A lot of these I just kind of like come to taste. So if this is your jam, cool. If it isn't, that's fine. But I figured I would talk to you about other things, like a little cooking coaching session, right? So we can cook and coach. That's our new segment. Cook and coach. Trademark that. Okay, so while we do this, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do just in case you guys want to. See these bananas? These are nice, ripe bananas. So don't throw them out, because you know what? I used to waste so much food, not even realizing like how much food I was wasting when I was younger, because I'd be like, oh my God, these are so bad. Yeah, you want it to be mushy. It calls for like the traditional recipe, which again, I don't follow because rebel. I like them banana-y. So I like 2 bananas. And so, when they're ripe, you can just smush it up with this. So anyway, what I also wanted to talk to you about was relationships, right? Relationships and cooking, right, seem to go together. But relationships, not just of the relationships that you're thinking, like love relationships. All relationships have a level of love to them. But I'm talking about any relationship in your entire life. Could be friendship, could be parental relationship, anything like that. I just want you to like really think about that. Like, what are some really healthy relationships in my life? Do you notice how I said healthy relationships? Side note, 3 eggs. So here's the thing. A healthy relationship is not supposed to be hard. People are going to tell you, and you know what? I remember growing up as a kid and hearing how hard relationships were, right? And I was like, oh God, okay, great, hard relationships. So I think under that impression that I grew up thinking about how hard relationships are, you just kind of, in my mind, and how I've noticed in my world and with my other clients, is because that's told to you early on, like relationships are hard, you almost put up with things that you don't need to put up with, right? Because you're like, well, relationships are supposed to be hard. Well, that was one big thing that for me allowed me to start really healing in my own journey. And again, you know what I'm going to tell you, right? You know, I'm going to tell you that self-love is the key to everything. Self-love is always going to be the key to everything, because I'm thinking, that's a little lumpy. Do I want them chunks of banana? Yeah, let's do chunks of banana. If not, if you don't want chunks of banana, you can go ahead and just use the mixer, like a beater if you want to. But I like them to be just a smidge chunky. Just kind of my jam. So anyway, so every relationship that you're ever going to have in your entire life is going to be based on the relationship that you have with yourself. Seriously. So I want you to evaluate right now, like evaluate the relationships, not like work and stuff, because those are things you're just going to have to deal with. But I'm saying like real relationships, not just love relationships or sexual relationships, but relationships in all types. Friends, again, co-workers to a point. I'm going to set this aside for a minute. We're going to do the dry ingredients real quick. We're going to do, I'm going to say a 1.5. I only put this in here so it's easier to pour. I use almond flour because almond flour is lower in the glycemic index. 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Look at me. Do not let this give you the illusion that your girl is a cook. She is not. This is 1/4 of Swerve, not sponsored, but Swerve. I like the Swerve sugar alternative. This is where I need somebody to come like clean up after me. It's the part I dislike the most, but you do what you do. So 1/4 of baking powder, not soda. Don't make that mistake. Blammo, right? I don't typically put salt in it. I'm just going to, I like to season so I taste because I like it. And I am going to add walnuts because you're going to like some walnuts. I don't know how much, however freaking much you feel like it. And my most favorite thing, again, not sponsored, but would love to be, Lily's chocolate chips. I like them. These are milk chocolates. Do it to your little heart's content. And then I'm just going to, I would normally have a spoon. We're going to use this. because that's how we rolling today. We're gonna mix this up. It's looking so good. It smells so good too. I wish you guys could smell it. Now we're gonna pour this in here. Bam. And I think we need like a beater thingy. So anyway, what I was saying to you about relationships in general is when you're looking at the relationships around you and you're told that they're hard, and listen, sometimes relationships you're going to have to do things that you don't want to do. That's a valid thing. But you do not have to do it because you just assume relationships are hard. They are not. Good relationships are going to come with communication. They're going to come with flexibility of autonomy, allowing yourself to have your own life outside of that person, including your friends. So every friend doesn't have to be invited to the exact same thing. You know, that's when you get caught up in the like FOMO, like a little fear of missing out there. Do we want to add anything else to this, you think? I think maybe a little bit more cinnamon. Do you think? Bam, bam. See, if I had a cooking show, I would be totally like Emeril Lagasse. I'd be like, bam. Got on the floor. But if I was in a studio, it wouldn't matter because I wouldn't have to clean it up. Now I do. So you want to start working on your self-love. And everybody says, well, where do I start with that self-love? Because if your relationship with yourself is hard, every other relationship is absolutely going to be hard. So it's accepting that the mistakes that you made in your life are mistakes. They are what they are. And if you don't learn from them, that's on you. But you also aren't going to have that time to bring with you going forward. So you take whatever lesson you learned and move it into the forward direction. So you got to love all of that, all of your screw ups, all of the things that you're like, oh, why didn't I do that? All of that. If you did somebody wrong, got to love that about yourself too. If it requires an apology, apologize. If not, you're going to have to be able to say, I love that about me because I didn't have those tools before. Now I do. You can't judge yourself based on the fact that you didn't have the tools then that you have now. You can't do that. Okay, I think we've kind of mixed this enough. I preheated this oven to 350. And because I also do parchment paper. Your girl, I told you this before. If parchment paper ever wants to sponsor someone, it's going to be your girl. I use parchment paper for everything, cooking and non-cooking. We're just going to pour this right on in. We're going to bake this at 350 for about 40 minutes or until the knife or toothpick or whatever comes out pretty clean. And I'm thinking we should put a couple like cool toppings on top just because. Hey, excuse me, help. That's the cats. Cats, help. Hats, I need you, hats. Hats too. Cats, I need you to help. Come put this in come clean up after me. So we are going to put that in there. Look at my little thing. It says witch's brew. Because witchy ways. So we're going to top this with some. Ooh, I'm going to show you this. And then we'll take a little break and I'll come back and we can I'll show you what it looks like. I feel like we need a few more of these, not on the floor. And yes, and drop some on the floor. I will be eating them off the floor. Why? Because who the hell waste Lily's chocolates? We don't do that here. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. Oh. Do you see? Now we're going to pop this in. We are going to set the timer because I will burn it. So we are going to set the cooking timer for 40-ish minutes. And then I will come back and check on this. I'm going to do 41 because I'm feeling froggy like that. So in the meantime of that, before I take a break, I want to finish that topic about self-love. And when you start to really get into appreciating yourself and understanding that you are the only person who's going to spend the rest of your life with you, like that's it, nobody else on the planet. And so many times you were told what's right, what's wrong, relationships are hard, people are hard. Yeah, because if the relationship with yourself is not strong, your boundaries aren't strong. The relationships that you attract aren't strong because you're not good. Right? Until you're good, the relationships around you aren't going to be good. So it's practicing that. And it's being okay with people not liking it. I will say that 100 million times. Be okay with people not understanding you. And don't feel like you need to bend over backwards because relationships are hard. Healthy relationships are not hard. Listen, they're not all glitter and sunshine and rainbows. Nope. There will be hard times. But a good, healthy relationship is not difficult. It does, however, require you to respect their boundaries, them to respect your boundaries. You to have autonomy, meaning have your own life, them to have their own life. Share the things, be open, be willing to have a discussion about how you feel. Your feelings are not their responsibility. So to explain it might be easier. They can't read your mind. So if you look around you, look and analyze the 5 top relationships you have in your life right now. 5. What are they bringing you? Are they helping you get to where you want to live your life? And what I mean, not them actually physically helping you, energetically. And if it is that you want to reevaluate, and then always, you're never going to heal outside in. It's always inside out. So I'm going to take a quick break. It's going to be a magic break. I wish that it would be done as fast as it's going to be on this video. And we're going to look at the banana bread. Yum. So on this self-love journey, because I'm back just like that quick, on this self-love journey of yours, one thing to ask yourself right now is, what do you want out of your life for you? Not for somebody else. Not for somebody else. That's never going to serve your best and highest good as you keep living for somebody else. I'm testing. Oh, it does look good. Look at this. Look. Do you see that? Oh. I'm thinking you should let this rest, but I'm hungry and I really want a piece of this. It's probably going to fall apart because I'm not letting it rest. So you're going to want to let this rest, I think. Look, doesn't that sound fancy? Like I know what I'm talking about. Holy hell, it's hot. It's like super hot. I want to make sure that it's done too. I would say, like I said, your oven's going to make a difference, but this was about 41 minutes. Oh my gosh. First of all, it's hot. Oh my gosh, it is so hot and so good. So that's an easy recipe. So you see how quick that you make something that tastes so good? I want you to start focusing on you. I want you to start focusing on your desires, your goals, and your dreams, and not worrying so much about what other people think about it. Remember, other people aren't here living your life for you. It's your life. And it's okay that other people don't align with it. And that goes for you as well. Just because you love somebody and they're not doing something the way that you would want them to do, part of your self-love is to respect that and respect other people's boundaries. The other part of self-love, enjoy the hell out of this bread. It's so good. Love yourself first. Love yourself always.